What's a waste?
I bought a bunch of Pokemon cards. Didn't get shit.
Damn, that sucks. No Charizards.
All right, so are you good to go, Nicholas?
Yes, I'm good.
All right. You want me to go ahead and do the? So I say we get to our guest.
So if you had to name this segment, what would you call it?
This segment coming up.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I don't even know.
Call it Hype and Cowl Phones Home.
Yeah, we are phoning home.
We are.
So, like I said, we've got one of very good friend of mine, Nic Crouso, all the way back from Morgantown, West Virginia. I'm really excited about having you on the podcast because, with me and Ryan, when we hear about comic book news or talking about movies and all that, we get into like hour-long rants about just anything dealing with it. And me and you are basically the same thing. I mean, dude, we've definitely had phone conversations last like hours just talking about comic book movies and just anything related to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm really pumped to have you on the podcast for this episode.
Dude, I'm fucking psyched to be here.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Nicholas.
Yeah, welcome.
And
welcome.
when Jacob and I, when we talk for hours about comic book stuff, we're usually talking about what do you think Nick thinks about this?
That it usually is that
Yeah,
comes
like-
up. That definitely comes up.
Yeah,
Like,
for a lot of
the
the time, we're just like, I'll ask Jacob. I'll be like, dude, has Nick said anything about the new Batman costume or
right.
anything like that? So
It's like I said, it's definitely true that we talk for hours and hours, like both you guys with me. It gets ridiculous
dude.
sometimes.
I mean, it just sucks that like there's all this like shit's getting delayed, and we would be like lining up to see fucking Black Widow sometime in May. When was it supposed to come out? April, May.
Yeah, it was May. Yeah,
it
it was the beginning of May. It was like the first like couple days within May.
At the same time, it kind of really makes you think. This is like the first time we've had a Marvel lineup when it hasn't been super fucking hyped. I'm not saying that Disney created the coronavirus or anything like that, but I'm just saying that this is the first time ever. This is like the first summer in 20 years people haven't been like super pumped on the fucking Marvel movies that are coming out. We're getting Black Widow and the Eternals and shit like that.
Right.
And so, I mean, I guess it couldn't happen at a better time.
Right.
Imagine if this shit
Like,
popped
there's no
off during
continuation,
Endgame.
Dude, oh my God, it would have been horrible.
We would have been there.
Right.
I think I even said something to Nick on Twitter. I was like, dude, if this shit was going on during Endgame, we'd still be packing the fucking theaters.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
There'd be no hope for America.
Right. We'd be done for.
I just miss like the hype, not trying to watch the trailers and shit, and like talking to like you guys about like, I don't know, just like the theories about what's gonna happen and shit. And it's like that's pretty much like all gone. Like comics are pretty much the only thing keeping people like hyped right now. But like I am so far behind in like a lot of like Spider-Man stuff, like a lot of stuff that I used to follow. Like I think I'm trying to like hop back on the comic wave a little bit while I'm just sitting around with my thumb up my ass in my house.
That's the best way to get the page to turn. Thumb in the ass first.
Yeah, have you guys been reading anything?
I read Deceased, where Apocalypse, like, he somehow configures the anti-life equation into like some techno. I don't want to say it's not a techno virus, but like you get it from like using technology. Like if you answer the horn, like you're gonna become a zombie. It's like some weird shit like that.
That's crazy.
And and it's just the whole gimmick of it being called Deceased. Like it's just DC.
Zombies.
It's right.
Yeah, and
it's corny, but at the same time,
yeah,
it's
at the same
cool.
time, it's like, man, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
You know, they came up with that name first, and then they're like, all right, let's make that. We got to write a story now. That's too good.
With it. We're fucking going with it.
So, but that was just like a little like one-off, out of continuity story. I've been catching up on all the Venom shit. For the most part, I started and jumped off War of the Worlds. I really wasn't feeling it. I do have a subscription to like Marvel Online and Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've been thinking about subscribing to like a DC carrier because, like this is the first time in years where like I haven't been reading Spider-Man. That's enough. Like this is the first time in years I haven't been reading Spider-Man. I've always kept up with Spider-Man, but even if I miss a couple of months, there's something happening to where it's like I'm learning about it through like solicitations on Facebook. But now it's like
and
there must not be
the
shit
happening.
happening.
Like the best part.
I feel like Spider-Man comics are usually what like brings the most readers in, you know, like because it's such like an easy read because you know obviously everyone loves Spider-Man.
When was the last time you saw a solicitation on Facebook for a comic book where you're like, oh shit, like why would you even tell me that? You know what I mean?
Just like an advertisement.
Yeah, like back in the day, like you couldn't get on Facebook without like learning who's dying.
Oh right, yeah.
But like I haven't
sure.
seen shit.
No,
like the solicitations have been way fucking low lately.
I haven't seen anything about anything honestly. I mean, here and there, like once in a blue moon, like you'll see something, but it's not like how it was, you know, a couple years ago.
So to answer your question, no, not really. I've been reading a little bit of like stuff. Like old stuff. I've been reading a little old stuff like when I'm bored, but that's it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I haven't really been reading anything at all. And if I were to read anything, it'd probably be like, you know, Ryan was saying, just older stuff. You know, I'd probably go back through Superior
I think
Spider-Man.
my excuse the whole time is like, I don't have time to read shit, so I'm just gonna wait, you know. But now I have all the time in the world.
Right. This should be the time to be reading comics for sure. Like, you know, definitely the best time to be reading comics.
Yeah, and the two apps that I have, they're it's Marvel Unlimited, and what's the other one?
DC. Oh, what's DC's called? Doesn't that like include the shows and stuff?
Well, yeah, I know that there's a lot of comics that's included with the DC Universe app.
Oh, the
app. I don't know if it's all of them or how much comic content is on that app.
That is really cool that they.
But I know there's comics on there.
Yeah, that's really cool that they do that. I actually didn't know.
I kind of want to peep that Harley Quinn animated series pretty bad.
Yeah, I do
that
too.
Shit looks hilarious.
It does. It looks really funny.
Tara and I have watched like some of it on YouTube, like clips.
Oh, you just watch it on YouTube
just to see what it's about. Yeah,
I thought you had.
Well, I think the first episode's on YouTube as well.
Okay.
The funnest thing about it is like seeing Batman and Superman in an adult animated cartoon, like where like she's she's dropping the F-bomb, she's mentioning titties every now and then, like and to have Superman on the opposite of that is crazy.
That is wild.
It's fucking sick.
I was like reading. They had like one of those panel things on Instagram, like where you can slide through the pictures, and it was like parts of a scene from that show, and it looked really crazy. I don't really want to say it because it is a huge spoiler. I don't know if anybody's like hardcore into the show, but it looks really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of, I finally watched Birds of Prey. I finally got around to it.
What'd you think of it?
Man, it was just like, it just seemed like it could have been like a short film. Maybe they could have did that instead of making a full movie. The entire first part of it just kind of felt like DC would like watched Deadpool and they were like, "Yo."
Yeah, it's Deadpool for sure.
It really is.
She's like narrating it, and then they go back. She's like, "Let's rewind 2 months." Like, isn't that in Deadpool? Like the first movie, like they do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe the second one too. I think it's Deadpool 2 where it starts with him like killing himself over and over again.
That's just him killing himself.
I know, but then they go back. Then it explains why he's killing himself over and over again.
Oh right, yeah.
So
yeah,
so if they do it in 1, they certainly do it in 2.
Right, and the thing that's weird is that they kind of made this movie make her seem like she can like break the fourth wall a little bit, not completely, but
sure.
they definitely added that in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we ended up getting
the music was like crazy too. Like,
yeah,
it was just, the choices they made with like the score just didn't make any sense, and it kind of took you out of it. Like, I know it's supposed to be goofy and like manic, like Harley Quinn, but it didn't feel like Harley Quinn to me. Like, I thought she did a great job. Like, Margot Robbie's fucking
she
Harley
kills
Quinn
it. She definitely kills it.
I thought Ewan McGregor was really cool. I liked what they did with Black Mask. It didn't make a lot of sense, but it was just like his character stood out so much that like, I don't know. It was like the DCEU version of Black Mask was pretty cool, and they made him look cool. The shit he was going was crazy. He cut people's faces off. Like that's tight. Like there were cool parts and like highlights of the film, but I just feel like it was just a huge mess, and they just try to like, I guess, try to copy Marvel, which they keep trying to do. Did you guys watch Shazam at all?
Shazam?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I kind of felt the same way with that. It's like, I like certain parts of it. It's like they're trying to like flip their dark, gritty tone that they've had throughout the first part of the DCEU, and then just like change it into some shit that's like comical and fucking the Justice League hopping out of a clown car or something, like, for a couple of laughs.
I mean, I feel you on that for sure. I mean, with Shazam, at least, I feel like they definitely, like, it was kind of right for them to go for more of a lighter tone. But
with Shazam, like, the bubbliness was like baked into the story already.
Right, like it didn't feel like forced.
Yeah,
or weird
and I
or
think
anything.
and even just like with that movie, I think they they darkened it as much as they could have. But a lot of DC stuff as of late has been more of the lighter tone. And that goes back with Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and
right.
And I mean, they're obviously trying to course correct for sure, but I think they should have just refined their dark grittiness.
So here's how I kind of felt about it. It seemed almost kind of like a pointless movie because they're still referring to Batman as in the Ben Affleck Batman. And obviously he's not in the DCU anymore, so that just kind of is like, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, and it's just kind of lame.
It's just hilarious to think about that when you're reminded of the Ben Affleck Batman who's no longer, portraying the character.
And speaking of the Ben Affleck Batman, my thought about the movie, the tone of it was. The reason why I enjoyed it was it felt like an episode, like a spin-off episode of the Batman animated series, which I've been going back and rewatching lately, like her going on like a girl adventure. You know what I mean?
It really does feel like that.
And so it would be a lot more fun knowing that Ben Affleck was still Batman because obviously he's the one Batman, Bruce Wayne, that has looked the closest to the animated series Batman.
That is true as well.
You know what I mean? So
that's a
it
big
just
truth, man. You're fucking spitting facts out here.
Right. So that's the only bummer for me.
I thought it was weird that they didn't explain how the Joker and Quinn split exactly. They just kind of like show the back of like a double's head, like putting a tattoo on somebody, and that's like the only mention of it the whole time.
And she talks about it.
Yeah, but the real weird thing about that is that like. Everyone has been trying to split them up for a minute now because everyone, that as soon as you get invested into those characters and then you learn that, like, wow, the Joker's been, like, a huge prick for all these years. They're very abusive mentally and physically. They're like, break him up. In the comics, obviously, they did that a long time ago. And that, she's been in an on and off relationship with Poison Ivy for a grip of minutes.
Right.
But, like, so I thought that in this movie, that it was supposed to be her leaving the Joker, like, being fed up with his shit. And being like, listen, you're not going to treat me like this anymore. But in the movie, she's still like, she's like sobbing over the fact that they split up.
Right.
Like he broke it off with her.
Yeah, where?
And like she's like, and she's like,
where is that movie? Where's the movie where she breaks up with the Joker and just like goes on a fucking crazy ass adventure with Poison Ivy?
See, that's exactly.
And that's what this movie should have been.
Right,
for sure.
It should have been a Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn movie, which would have been even more obviously.
Badass.
Yeah, a Batman animated series spinoff movie. Right, it would have been so sick.
Yeah, like I said, her just taking that as a loss. Like she's on the couch, she's crying. She's eating a tub of Ben and Jerry's. Like just
right. And that's funny because in the last season of the Batman animated series, they did an episode where they've done a couple, I believe, but they did an episode where Poison Ivy or Harley Quinn breaks up with the Joker and she's hanging out with Poison Ivy and she's just like, yo, let's go out and do some fucking bad shit.
Yeah. No, I definitely don't like it, but even more so, I was surprised that they didn't make her the strong type to represent the people that are like have been abused and are being abused, and she's like, you know what, I'm not taking this. I don't have to take this. Fuck you, I'm out. But they just flipped the script on that, and I was like, oh, that I wasn't fucking.
But I mean, that is more in the character of Harley Quinn. Like, that's because obviously she would do that. And like the character of Harley Quinn, she definitely is the whiny one.
Like Margot Robbie, yeah, she nailed it. She did. I mean, I think she nailed it. And it was hard for me. It's just hard for me to really pinpoint how I feel about the betrayal because the character annoyed the fuck out of me the whole time.
And yeah, just like it was just really goofy, like 80% of the time, but like I appreciated like her performance, Ewan McGregor's performance, and like a couple of the other people that were in it.
He was super tight.
Yeah, he was cool as shit. I mean, I liked how like flamboyant he was. They should have just come out with it and just been like, yeah, he's gay.
Right.
I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they were just like dancing on the edge of it, like keeping it ambiguous. And I don't know if that's supposed to mean something like, sexuality is fluid and it doesn't matter anyway. It's cool. I'm not saying they have to. I'm not saying
it's
I'm not saying you can't, be a flamboyant straight male.
Right.
It was a weird portrayal because DC's famous for playing it on the nose.
Right.
And using that. Like to say like we have the first homosexual supervillain in a comic book movie.
Yeah. Which like I said would be that'd be tight. That'd
technically
be
like two, right? Wasn't Victor's dad like?
Well, yeah, exactly. Like
that,
they were
just straight up.
That was the implication that they did the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it would be sick if they were just straight up like, yo, like he really is, the first homosexual villain we have.
Yeah, like I said, it's super weird that they didn't. Like,
right.
That seems like something that a studio would parade around.
Right.
But I don't know. Like I liked, like Jacob said, it had a feel. It had an animated series feel. It also had a almost like Batman Forever, Batman and Robin feel. I really liked the action. I really liked the choreography.
It was all,
and I really liked the camera work. DC's always been really good with their camera work. And but yeah, it just like I said. Other than that, the story was super empty. And I hear that they like changed a lot of shit. Like that the diamond was supposed to like hold a code to Black Mask's sex tape with like Victor Zsasz or something, and that's why he wanted that fucking, some like different shit instead of it being a big ass diamond.
Wait, are you saying you heard that was going to be the case, or you're saying that they should have used the diamond?
No, that's supposedly what was going to the movie. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, just Harley Quinn annoyed the fuck out of me. Like I said, she was just... Dude, like, she was just, like I said, she's just that kind of girl. And she literally plays that kind of girl. Like, she meets someone, and she's like, yeah, my boyfriend used to beat me. Check out the cigarette burns on my arm. Like, that kind of girl.
Right,
we
all know one.
It just, like I said, it was just fucking like, okay, I'm just, doing my laundry over here in the same laundromat. You don't have to tell me, all the fucking crazy shit that's happened to you, but... It was whatever. I'd unwatch it.
But once again, that is in character for Harley Quinn to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Harley Quinn is a skank for sure.
And she's just annoying as fuck.
I thought I don't know if I heard it in the trailer or I thought the whole backbone to the story was going to be she killed the Joker.
I think that was just a rumor.
Why not? I mean, because obviously you're fucking 86 in that version of the Joker anyway.
Yeah. So why not just be like,
look what they did to Black Mask. They were like, oh, they just attached the fucking C4 to him. Oh, he's dead. He's gone. Like, all right.
Dude, that was wild. Yeah, the more I think about the movie, the more I re-like it. Like fucking Ewan McGregor getting blown the fuck up.
Like, dude, he literally got fucking blown up.
Like last second out of nowhere. Like mid-sentence.
Like we both were just like, holy shit, dude.
So what else have you been into, Nick?
We've been like me and my girlfriend have been making like a list of like the movies that we've watched in fucking quarantine and shit. And like we've put down a lot of like solid ass movies. Like,
so are you doing it by genre, or are you just kind of watching just random movies?
Shit that we find? Or like most of the new movies that have come out we've seen. Like watched like 1917, watched Jojo Rabbit was fucking insane, dude. Like Taika Waititi's hilarious.
Yeah, I need to watch that still.
The Vivarium is a crazy ass movie with like Jesse Eisenberg and I forget the other girl's name. She has like a real weird name, but it's just a complete mind fuck the whole time. Like it was supposed to be out in theaters, but it's just one of those movies that's like released digitally and stuff. Like we watched a bunch of shit. I've just been trying to catch up on all the new shit coming out and stuff.
Nice.
Knives Out was insane.
What was insane?
Oh,
dude, Knives Out was so good. So good.
Knives Out was sick.
Yeah, it was really good.
What have you guys been watching?
Oh, man. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I have been just playing a shit ton of video games lately. Like, you can ask Ryan, man. I've been, like, locked up in my room just playing video games.
I've just been watching unboxing
Final
videos.
Fantasy Land?
Dude, I've been watching just unboxing videos of whatever the fuck. Candy, kids' toys. I've been watching unboxing videos of unboxing videos where people will do an unboxing video of a iPad that's already
playing their video.
Yeah, that's playing an unboxing video.
That's awesome.
I've been playing God of War. Have you ever played God of War, Nick?
Have I? Which God of War?
The last one for PlayStation 4.
I watched my old roommate play it.
Oh, shit. Now, your old roommate, is this... a roommate that you had in the past tense, or was he just an old man?
Shannon.
My old ass
my roommate. You guys know Shannon. People on here don't know Shannon.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, shout out Shannon.
Dude, my old ass roommate won't stop playing God of War.
Right, I can see that. So, what other movies have you been watching, Nick? Like, what would you like to? What's on your mind? We want to know what's on your mind.
Have you guys watched Jojo Rabbit yet?
No.
No, and I definitely want to.
Yeah, do yourself a favor and watch that shit. It was one of the best, like Scarlett Johansson fucking performances I've ever fucking seen in a movie, dude. She's so sick.
And you're saying that against
goddamn good.
And you're saying that against A Marriage Story. You're gonna put that out there right now.
Hell yeah! I watched that too. That movie.
Did you really watch it?
Yeah.
Nice. Was it good?
Dude, Adam. I just wish I was Adam Driver, dude.
I mean, who doesn't at this point?
IRL. But yeah, we've been watching a bunch of shit.
Damn, so you really have been watching everything.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
Cool your fucking jets. What are you pissed about? What's going on right now that you're pissed about?
What am I pissed about?
Yeah, what are you pissed off about?
What are you most mad about?
Fuck, man. Shit. I just want to fucking go watch a movie at the movie theater. I don't know. I want to fucking, like, I don't know. This shit sucks, man. I'm so tired of being in my house.
Right, it's pretty awful.
I'm about to, like, just start cutting people's legs off and fucking attaching them to my body so I have more, like, limbs or something. I don't know, man. I'm freaking out.
Dude, that was sick.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah.
We like that.
Cut people's legs off and attach them to my damn self. You gotta kiss them while you're doing
real
it.
Human centipede.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you know they're loved.
Yeah, you gotta kiss them while you're cutting their fucking legs off.
Right on the lips.
It's the right thing. It's the right thing to do.
What have you been playing any new video games lately?
I've just been playing Animal Crossing a lot. Went back and started playing Unravel with the old lady.
Nice.
Just because we're just bored.
Oh shit, you live with an old lady too.
Pokemon again, like TCG, just because why not?
Right.
Going insane.
So how's Animal Crossing been for you?
Animal Crossing is it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I don't feel like the current world that I'm sitting in is like the real world. Like that is the.
Do you think Animal Crossing is now the real world?
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I get the gist of it. I know what it's about, but I just it's not. Really...
I have so much Supreme shit, so much like golf shit.
Oh damn!
So much,
I have been seeing a lot of Instagram, like on the Discover page, of like people putting in like like hype shit on their Animal Crossing characters.
Yeah, the drip is
real.
Out of this world, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Always dripping.
I've been playing Animal Crossing.
No, he hasn't.
I haven't. No. But I see that people have.
We don't support Animal Crossing,
dude. Like it's. I'm barely into video games, my dude. Like I can't get into shit like that. Sitting around and fucking fishing with your friends and.
That's kind of how I am as well. I love RPGs and all that, where you can do basically the same shit, but you're able to go out and like fight fucking dragons and shoot people's heads off and shit like that. If it's a game that's like all about chilling, not to like shit on the game, while you're super pumped on it or anything, but just my personal opinion. I already do this shit in real life, so.
Have you guys seen the new Fallout DLC?
No, I saw you talking about it on Facebook though.
I was gonna say it's kind of maybe it would have been a big deal like a couple of years ago, or whenever that game came out, like 10 years ago or 20, 30 years, whenever the game came out.
Right.
They brought back NPCs and like everything that would be in a normal Fallout game in Fallout 76, but it's like a brand new game now. I tried it out last night for a couple of minutes, and it's like they've fixed a lot of the issues with the game, and it seems like another one of those situations like No Man's Sky where it's just like a little too late.
Right.
They lost like their complete player base.
I heard it's popping right now. I heard No Man's Sky is definitely popping right now. Like they got a lot of motherfuckers playing that game now.
Really?
Yeah, just because of like the new updates for it and everything. Like it's actually really fun now.
I mean, wasn't that the game that just like kept generating locations instead of having like
it was like endless
conducive net?
Right, yeah, it was endless, but it was so boring. Like there was literally nothing to do.
Dude, listen, I'm not trying to fucking mine resources. Fuck off with that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Like
either.
I hate that.
Yeah,
shit.
That is one thing I also hate so much about video games. I don't care about resources. I don't need all that shit. I don't care about it. Just get it the fuck out.
Don't make me craft my ass so I can take a shit.
Right. But so let me take this back real quick. So the one thing that maybe I knew and I just kind of forgot about, but I think I was reading that article that you posted. So Fallout 76 it wasn't an NPC game. Like it was strictly just you and other real-time players. Yeah.
So you would get like your quests that you would normally get from like Elder Scrolls or Fallout, you would get from like a fucking random NPC. You would talk to somebody and they'd be like, "Hey, go get this shit. Go fucking kill my husband because he's cheating on me," or whatever, or something, and you get something from that. You get like a gun or something, whatever.
Wait, so there were
instead
NPCs?
Of the people that you not in Fallout 76, you would just instead of NPCs, it would just be like a recording you find on the ground, or like a letter on the wall, or like some fucking big ass computer that doesn't look like it should be there.
Okay.
And stuff like that's what was fucked up about it. They tried to make it so the world felt empty. And the explanation they went like lore wise was that like in year one of Fallout 76, you're the vault dwellers are the only people that are out and about in Appalachia.
Oh, gotcha.
So in year 2, this seems like a huge like cop out or whatever, but like in year 2, like now, all the Appalachians are coming back. So that's why there's NPCs. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Gotcha.
But it kind of makes sense.
They're just trying to like kind of cover their own ass. No, we're not covering their own asses, but just make it seem kind of cool to how they're adding the NPCs in it.
Yeah, I certainly don't think that's enough to grab my attention, to pull me back in. I mean, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I think it's fucking dope that a video game exists that involves the mayor of Grafton being a fucking supercomputer from like the 60s or some shit.
Just fucking
like
awesome.
You know, yeah, that's pretty dope.
Sick, yeah.
You know, but yeah, like I said, dude, there's just too much. It's too involved. I can't play a game like that. And when I attempted to, it bored the shit out of me.
But the only really cool thing though is obviously that all three of us are from where this game takes place at, which is West Virginia.
Of course.
So, you know, big shout out.
Yeah, if they keep like adding like West Virginia folklore shit to it. Like, if you can drive to Mannington and you get attacked from, like, the fucking witch from the witch's grave or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like, that shit's all cool.
I mean, it was a big deal when it came out. Like, I work at a local venue up here in Morgantown. And whenever the game launched, there was, like, a lot of hype behind it, obviously, especially here, more than anywhere else.
Oh, yeah, you were doing big shit there. They were doing big shit.
We hosted an art show that had, like, bands. Like, each band played, like, a couple songs from the game and stuff. And,
that's crazy.
We had actual like snacks from the game and stuff, like fancy lab snack cakes and stuff. Like we had like radioactive like cocktails and all types of shit like that.
That's
awesome.
And
a couple of the guys from Bethesda like came there. I guess you know they were like all over town, like in brew pub and stuff.
Oh yeah. That's right. I forgot you were telling me about that, which is also.
But it was a big deal. I mean, it was
that's
such
crazy.
a huge thing for the area. It was in the newspaper. Which is, I guess, a big deal around here if it's in the paper, you know.
Right.
How drunk did you get?
I remember parts of it.
There you go.
I partially remember that night. It was a good time though. It was just cool that a couple of the guys who worked on the game were there. They probably don't show their face too much nowadays though.
Right. Yeah. They ain't flexing like that no more.
Yeah, I'd fight them.
Yeah, and it's gonna be so like long until we actually get like another regular like Fallout game. I don't even know if they'll come out with another Fallout.
Yeah, let's hope not.
After this shit.
Let's hope not.
You've always hated that for some reason.
I fucking hate those games.
Fallout. It's the same thing as Skyrim, but we're going.
Right. Which you know is actually pretty funny because you know I love playing shooter games, and I love RPGs, but for me I'd rather play. I just don't like the Fallout games.
I think that's what it is. Is that like. You know, Skyrim feels like a fantasy adventure game.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Fallout being like half shooter, you're just like, this is the slowest fucking game I've ever played in my life.
Exactly. That's definitely a part of it. Dude, I've tried. And, you know, there are a lot of times when sometimes I won't even try anything and I'll be like, I fucking hate that. But no, dude, I have tried playing Fallout numerous times and every time, dude, I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why
people... There's nothing cooler, like, I guess the feeling when you first played one of those games, it doesn't matter which one it is, of just like walking over some ridge and just finding a fucking like deserted vault, and you're like, oh shit, I'm about to roll up in here.
Right.
You're one of the only people on the planet that can access it because you have a fucking thing on your arm that's like a key to any vault. So you go in there and you start discovering it's like each vault. They were all just experiments on like the people that were in them and stuff.
Yeah.
So. Like this one was like a cannibalism experiment. Like this is what happened. You start finding shit that's in there, and then you discover that one of the guys is like still alive and he's a fucking ghoul, and you kill him. You get like a cool ass fucking like captain's jacket or something. Like it's just that kind of shit kills. Like the dungeons and stuff are awesome.
You know, it just you just want more
involved. Swords in Fallout.
Are there? All right, well sign me up. I'm playing now. Just kidding.
It's pretty cool to be able to pick up a fireman's axe in Charleston, and it says Charleston Fire Department down the handle, and you just like hack people to death.
Yeah, that's sick. Cool. That is fucking tight for sure.
But I mean, besides that, man, like I've been looking forward to a lot of games that aren't going to be out for like a really long time.
Yeah, like a lot of games,
comic book shit, like
like a lot of games have been getting
PS5.
delayed. Yeah, for sure. That one. That's definitely a highly anticipated game for I think all three of us.
You know, a couple months ago, people were delaying their games, and it was clear that they just wanted to wait for a PS5.
Probably that, and maybe just
you know,
they
like,
wanted to do some more shit.
And
to
I
it.
like I know Avengers had a lot of polishing to do,
Right.
but like, are those games are they going to be pushed back further? Are they coming out, even sooner? Like,
No, I think
what are
those
their
are still
priorities with those games?
I think they're still going to be releasing on Xbox One and PS4 for sure. I mean, yeah, because you can still pre-order them.
Yeah,
the sets are out, like the deluxe sets.
it seems like now's the time to drop a game. Like,
Oh, for sure.
You kind of don't want to miss out on quarantine.
Right. Well, it's funny because when these games were being delayed, I don't think coronavirus was maybe even a thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then everyone was just always assuming that they just want theirs to be like the first, tier of games on the new console.
Right.
Yeah, but now it's like, you almost want to rush and get it done now. Like, you want to drop your shit during quarantine. Like, you don't want to miss.
But you never want to rush on a game though. I definitely.
I know, but that's kind of like
I feel you on that. No, like, cause dude, it has been rough. Like before Resident Evil 3 dropped. I'm sitting at like scratching my neck. I'm just like, oh my god, I want a new video game to play.
When are they supposed to drop Avengers? Do you know?
So I believe that comes out in September. But the other game that it was delayed and I believe comes out in September as well is Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Completely forgot about it.
Yeah, dude, not me, man. It's been killing me, man. Like when they said they were delaying it that far, like I was about to cry. I have been heavily anticipating that game.
Super excited for sure.
I'm really hyped for that game, man. It looks so cool.
I was hoping, maybe we would get like I keep talking about it because it's probably not going to come out for another year or so, but it's like that the sequel to the Spider-Man PS4 game.
Yeah, that's far into the future.
It's
sure.
Such an elusive game. Such an elusive game right now. You know what I mean?
I mean, unless they.
I just for some reason had a feeling that would be like a launch title, like the new, like the show off, the showcase, because they did that with like the PS4 Pro. Like they showcased that game like specifically that game and like the one kind of like Zelda looking game.
Oh,
with the
dude,
girl, like with the bow and arrow.
Yo, that game looks so tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that game looks sick. I definitely want to check that one out because it's kind of like a Breath of the Wild ripoff, but it still looks fun.
And like, when's that happening? When's like the Breath of the Wild sequel happening?
Oh, dude, I don't think we have. No, we don't have a release date. The only thing we still have is just that teaser we got from was it a Nintendo Direct or was it an E3 last year? They were just saying how it
was on the Treehouse. Like they're like E3 Direct.
Right. But they were just saying how, hey, like this game is. It was a new trailer, like a teaser trailer, and they was just saying, hey, this game is currently in development.
Well, I know we haven't got a Mario like title since Odyssey.
Right.
So I was thinking maybe like Paper Mario or the Zelda game is like Nintendo's big game for the fall and like holiday season.
Yeah. That's really funny you say that because I figured you honestly would have heard this before me. I believe that they are re-releasing and not remaster. Well, maybe remastering, maybe just upscaling a couple of classic Super Mario titles for the Switch, and also coming out with the brand new Paper Mario title for the Switch.
Yeah, I mean that makes total sense.
Like I think we're finally getting Sunshine on the Switch, which is insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, crazy. Dude. No reason we shouldn't have it.
Sunshine GameCube, right?
Right. Yep.
Like they need to like. Couldn't you play like GameCube and like N64 like backwards compatibility on the Wii U? I believe.
So
virtual console.
So it's kind of funny. I actually played Super Mario Sunshine very recently, like probably last year. I went and bought a Wii, and I was actually looking for a GameCube. And one of the guys that I went to, it was like a random video game shop in Fairmont, and the guy was like, "Well, are you wanting this because you want a GameCube?" And he was like, or you just want to play these GameCube games? And I was like, I just want to play the games. I don't care what it is. He's like, yeah, why don't you just get a Wii? And I'm like, oh shit, I guess I could do that. So yeah, you can play GameCube games on the Wii. So I just ended up doing that and bought Sunshine.
Like downloadable versions?
No. Like you can play GameCube games on the Wii.
Like a disc?
A disc, yes. You didn't know this?
No, man. Why are you fucking lying?
I'm not
on the air like this.
I'm not at all. Because I completely forgot about it. If you actually look right now to your left, you will and look down. Yeah. The Wii right there. Mm-hmm. It has GameCube controller slots on the top.
That right. I've always known.
Yep.
I just figured that they were just compatible with.
A couple of hours ago, IGN posted a status on Twitter saying that J.J. Abrams is developing shows based on Justice League Dark and The Shining Overlook Hotel for HBO Max.
Shout out.
What do you guys think about that?
That's pretty crazy.
That is really crazy because it's even a pretty nice flex is we've been to the Overlook Hotel.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I mean, I know I have. I don't know about Ryan.
No, I haven't.
Okay, yeah, I
Too
have.
scary.
I've been there twice, and it's incredible, dude. It's absolutely incredible. One of the craziest sights you'll ever see.
I guess both of them will be developed by Bad Robot, which is like, of course, J.J. Abrams.
Right, right.
Yeah, and I know that HBO is definitely getting their hands dirty with some DC shit lately.
So they'll have
Watchmen.
Green Lantern,
Watchmen, and they're hyping
Dude,
up Green Lantern and shit.
Did you watch Watchmen, Nick?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I
didn't
really
watch
bad.
it.
I haven't. I heard it's really good though.
I heard it was good, but then as soon as I seen what they did to my boy, Dr. Manhattan, I don't get it. Like why like just he looked so shitty. In the movie he looked awesome.
Yeah, he looked like they literally just painted.
Him.
Yeah, they looked like they literally just like painted him blue, and they were like, "All right, go ahead."
Yeah,
Yeah,
like his
weird.
eyes didn't glow or anything.
It looked weird.
Like it was just strange. It was very strange.
Right.
That's what kind of like that took me away from it. I don't really like a lot of the HBO series at all that they come out with.
Right.
I wasn't a big Game of Thrones guy. I haven't watched The Outsider. There's a lot of those shows like The Leftovers. I didn't get a chance to watch. There's so much shit that I need to catch up on to at least be able to talk about it. Because that's always the thing with me.
Yeah, and it's funny because you know, for me, you're always like calling me, being like, "Yo, did you fucking finally catch up on this shit?" And I'm like, "No, dude. Like, I haven't even thought about it. Like, you've always been like that."
Yeah, but I'm kind of worried just because of the history of me and HBO shows. Like, that relationship's been pretty rocky over the years. So I'm kind of worried because I'd be excited to see like a really well done Green Lantern Corp show. A Justice League Dark show done by J.J. Abrams sounds interesting. But I don't know if
sounds watchable.
J.J. Abrams can get if he can get like dark enough for Justice League Dark.
The characters, I mean, we're probably talking like, you know, some fucking B-list, C-list shit too.
Oh god, what's the guy's name that does like the shape shifting into that like demon looking guy?
Is it Terrigan?
I think it's Terrigan. Yeah, dude, he's sick. He's super cool.
Dude, just dropping bars, just rhyming everything.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, that's awesome. He really does. Yeah, he's just spitting bars, man.
This motherfucker's spitting.
Yeah, damn.
Speaking of which, so what did you think of Rise of Skywalker, Nicholas? That's what we really want to hear.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we definitely should talk about this.
Well, I mean,
it's relevant.
Before I talk about Rise of Skywalker, can we just take a second to, put a F in the chat for Duel of the Fates?
Listen, my dude, I liked Rise of Skywalker until Colin Trevorrow's script came out.
And that concept art? Damn.
I loved every bit of it. Everything that has like come to light, I was like, well, that's way better. The fact that they decided to go with what we were given, like I said, I used to enjoy that movie.
And you know, what's funny about you saying that, Ryan, not to cut you off, Nick, but you know, when we saw that movie together, I hated it and you were all about it. Like you were super pumped on it, which was surprising.
Yeah, I loved it.
Right, but you know what's funny is, you know, it just came out on 4K and Blu-ray and all that just like a week or two ago. So I'm like, obviously, you know me, I'm buying every movie. I don't care whether I enjoyed it. I like having my movies like on copy.
You want to have the saga, like
right, and yeah, exactly. Why would I just not buy that? So, anyways, I bought it. I rewatched it a couple of times. I enjoyed it a lot more this time. Like now that I got to sit down and really, dig deep into it and, finally really watch it. So I enjoyed it a lot more. And now, Ryan's like, I used to enjoy it. Yeah, so it's just kind of funny.
It feels a little like it's just give J.J. Abrams props because like it was directed well. I think
it was.
I just didn't like the story. The script was a little lacking.
It was a little jumbly.
Just even shit to like. It was so corner cutting to where she's like, "Here's a medallion that'll get you on any fucking Empire festival."
Right, like
it's just, okay, like that's so fucking Looney Tunes. Like, pop this in your fucking computer, and they'll be like, "Okay, well we got it.
Damn, we're good. We've never seen this shit before."
They've got the fucking magic medallion.
Right.
Or,
yep.
It's
that's pretty dumb.
The stuff I liked was it was more visual and the sword fighting was fun.
Oh, dude,
and like I was telling Jacob, what's fun about my favorite thing about the Rise of Skywalker, when it comes to the choreography, is that like if it was a prequel, every backflip would be like done like 16 fucking flips. Like someone would jump and it would be 16 fucking flips in a row before they land. But in this one, like they jump like 50 feet, just one long ass
leap. Yeah.
Yeah, like just one, like they're upside down for like 6 seconds. And
right.
You know, like just one big ass fucking
so
flip.
much sicker.
So, you know, stuff like that.
The consistency between the trilogies, it's just like, it doesn't make any sense at all. That's one kind of like bad thing about Star Wars. Like,
right.
Like the prequels, they're fucking like the lightsaber duels are just like sick, but they're just like too sick.
They went from being went from being sick at the prequels to being really boring in the OG trilogy, and then to even sicker in the new ones.
The sequel trilogy, like it's got sick choreography for sure. The
Nick,
best.
I definitely want to get your take on it here in a second, but definitely I think the sickest thing about the lightsaber duels in the newest one, like you were telling me, Ryan, is you know, normally whenever two people lock sabers together, it's almost like you can't move anything for a second. Like you're kind of stuck there for a second. But you know, in this one, whenever Kylo Ren and Rey clash sabers and they lock, she kind of like moves her saber up more against him to like get closer to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like she drags her lightsaber the length of his.
Yes.
Like usually they smack and they either
like
bounce off each other or they like stay
together.
A second.
Right.
You know, it kind of like it's either like, you know, it's like, but the difference between like 110 and like 220, like electric, like you're either gonna like get blasted off of it or you're gonna get stuck to it.
Right.
You know, it's one or the other always. Yeah, just to see them like riding up on each other's blades, like
was so tight.
It looked fucking, and just like it was a big flex when they were stopping each other's lightsabers with the Force.
Right.
Because generally you can't when you're dueling against another Jedi or just another Force user. Obviously, you have that Force bubble, and that's why like Jedis even have lightsabers, because otherwise they would just be forcing each other around.
Right.
But yeah, they're just like fucking still, like stopping each other's lightsabers like mid swing just with the Force. And also a flex that's very similar to that, and this is what I was telling Jacob, is that I wish they had gone into the fact that the Knights of Ren. Like, okay, we didn't get their fucking origin. We didn't get, like, big deal. We didn't know who the fuck Boba Fett was back in the day. We didn't know who any of these characters were.
Right,
really.
they just threw him in there.
Like, yeah, they just threw him in there.
But they became.
I understand there was a lot of hype behind them, and, you know, some, like, hints, you know, that we were going to learn more about them.
2 movies ago.
Yeah, like, so.
Yeah.
But, like, if there's one thing I wish they had explained is the fact that, like, they're all Force users. Even if it's to the degree that they all have melee weapons. Like, which is a flex when you're fighting Jedi.
That have
because, like I said, Jedis, not just lightsabers, but the Force.
Oh, right.
You know, like, them using melee weapons as well, like, proves that, like, they are able to manipulate the Force, that they can break Force boundaries.
Yeah. They're flexing.
Like I said, like, if it was just a normal dude swinging a fucking club at a Jedi, the Jedi would just use the Force.
Exactly.
And just freeze them in place. But they're able to
One of the melee weapons that one of the Knights of Ren had was spotted in Paul Bettany's fucking, I forget his character's name in Solo.
Oh, no
he had,
way.
Like a bunch of like crazy relics and like one of those Mandalorian like staffs.
Yeah.
The dude from the Knights of Ren has that shit, but that was never like explained or tied in.
Oh, damn.
Which that was a bummer. I mean, like even like not getting to see Rey use a double-sided lightsaber in the films besides like Darth Rey, which is like not really Rey.
Yeah. Because the concept art of her using
use her
the dual blade.
That was the one thing I looked forward to, like the whole like sequel trilogy. I was like, dude, she has a staff. She's obviously gonna get like
she needs to
double
bladed
lightsaber or like a double bladed.
Dude, that would have been nasty.
And she did.
Yeah,
but only for
not
like
really
2 seconds.
Right.
But it's funny because it's like
we might not get to see Rey again.
Ironically, her new double-sided lightsaber has like a super short hilt.
Yeah, like
instead of like an elongated, like more staff-like.
It's like the size of like a regular lightsaber, but like even shorter probably.
Yeah, like I said, you know, I liked it until, you know, I read Duel of the Fates. And then I was like, man, this would have been so much fucking better.
And what a
General
better title.
Hux, like committing seppuku with a fucking lightsaber. I mean, just like Kylo Ren, like traveling to like some ancient planet to like train with some fucking like squid spider looking thing. That shit would have been tight.
That would have been nuts, dude. Yeah, Duel of the Fates would have been way cooler. They would have been 1,000 times cooler. But like I said, I still at least, you know, got myself to enjoying Rise of the Skywalker.
There were a lot of things I was bummed out about that I didn't get to see in the sequel trilogy that I was like looking forward to, like especially like a couple of things I talked about, like and then seeing the concept art from Duel of the Fates, like the Resistance like taking the Imperial walkers and like turning them into like fucking like kind of like DIY, like I don't know, like the shit with like Coruscant that was supposed to happen.
Yeah,
like, there was everything they talked about, and that shit just sounded so bomb. And I wanted to see Coruscant again. Like I wanted to, I think the going from concept to like final result, like it just, I don't understand. Like the execution just wasn't there with the entire sequel trilogy. Like even if you look at like the concept art for like The Last Jedi, like there was so much cool shit they just didn't execute. Like why did Luke Skywalker have a blue lightsaber during like his ghost fight with Kylo Ren? Why didn't he just fight him? You know what I mean? Like there were so many things that like they could have done so like so easy.
Yeah, I mean,
they just didn't, and they just decided to go left field with it.
Luke having his blue lightsaber when he's doing that projection, like you would imagine that he should know that would give him away that that's not actually him.
Yeah, it's like Kylo Ren, like a couple of scenes ago, just saw that shit break.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, like, you can say that he doesn't know that it broke, but like, you don't know that Rey's not standing right there with the same fucking lightsaber.
Full disclosure, though, that movie has turned into probably my favorite of the new sequel trilogy.
A lot of people like that movie.
Dude,
now.
I fucking love that movie, but I loved it before Rise of the Skywalker came out for sure. Like not like I didn't.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, dude, I love that movie. That movie's so good, dude.
I don't hate it. It's my least favorite out of the three for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's definitely my favorite. I don't know why. It's just
it's good.
I mean, there's another example of just like Rose, the character Rose. They were like, all right, we're going to introduce this big ass character who's going to be a part of the group, and then just completely just fucking forget about her in the Rise of Skywalker.
They came out with some reason. Yeah, they came out with some reason as to why they didn't do that, but I forget now. It came out like months ago, but it was pretty just like, okay.
It was nonsense.
Right,
I mean, you fucking know you're not going to make that decision based on an actual opinion that you have on the character and where she exists in the story. The only reason you would not include her would be you don't want to include her. Right. Because
you're just straight up just like,
because people didn't like her in the last movie.
Right.
Knowing that damn well that people didn't like her and that you're going to be accused of doing it for that reason anyway, you wouldn't do it for that reason.
Which is why you should stick to having the same directors.
So that's why, like, they're,
for these, for trilogy, for like any kind of sequels. I mean, Marvel got away with it, and they ended up lucking out with their sequel directors changing it up, and they ended up turning out way better than the original. But I think if you're gonna do something like Star Wars, I want them to keep the same director. You don't want any like random little flaws here and there.
But it's never been that way, right? The only ones that he did all three of them. Did he direct all three of the prequels?
I believe so.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes. He didn't direct the originals.
Are you sure?
He did the first original.
Yeah, he directed Star Wars, and then somebody else did Empire, right?
Really?
I think he only directed A New Hope.
I should know this.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like this is a fact that like we should all be like, Jesus Christ, are you serious? You don't know this right now?
I think he only directed A New Hope, and then he like wrote.
We do have a phone in front of us right now, so I mean, I could go ahead and look this up right now. Yeah, we are lacking right now. We're probably gonna have like 1,000 people ripping our assholes apart. But I'm gonna go ahead and look this up real quick because I'm very intrigued. I thought that George Lucas directed every single one of them until the new sequel trilogy.
I think he only directed four of the films. The first 4 chapters.
Director George Lucas for OG Star Wars. Yep. So he directed A New Hope.
Yeah, only 4. So yeah, I mean, I guess it is Star Wars-ish to do it to where there's multiple directors.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did not know that.
And
I just recently
Wars,
rewatched them.
At least we're gonna get the fucking Mandalorian this year, and it didn't get delayed. Like, at least we're getting that shit. We might not get Stranger Things, but at least during this shitty ass year that we've been having, we're gonna at least get the ending of Clone Wars. We're gonna get on May the 4th, which is sick.
That is really sick. I saw that today.
We're gonna get the Mandalorian. Cool. With fucking Rosario Dawson.
I was gonna say. So what do you think about that?
I mean, it makes sense with the storyline that they're going through because they're trying to find other Jedi and like what other Jedi to find better than Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And it goes with them. It ties in with them ending Clone Wars, and it just kind of goes in with Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything's kind of making sense and like fitting together. So I'm excited for what Star Wars is going to do next. The sequel trilogy was kind of a bumpy ride, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. I thought it was sick. I hope we see more of Rey. I hope we see more of Poe. are we ever gonna see Finn like become a Jedi? You know,
Right.
like there's so much shit that's like they should have made a fourth fucking movie.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I definitely agree.
There wasn't a lot of actual payoff.
No,
in this
not
trilogy.
at all.
Like
no.
a lot of setup and then a lot of like fan service that they try to like.
That
pass
wasn't really
as,
deserved. It didn't feel deserved. Like not deserved.
Yeah, like
but,
I
like
said,
it didn't feel like it.
there was no payoff.
Right.
You know, it was just like it kind of it feels like payoff on the surface level, but like
with
like okay, I don't give a fuck if Chewie gets his medal. That's okay. But how about like like I said, anything else? Anything
yeah, I'm just glad my boy made it all the way through.
Right.
All the movies.
Yeah, for sure.
My boy
for
made
sure.
it.
But yeah, with with Endgame, Jesus Christ, man, we had to have a towel, by the time that movie was over. Like we got so much good fan service.
It was a bookend though. It was
yeah,
it was
Endgame,
a good bookend, it got you excited for what's coming next. Like
Right, but I mean, but that film obviously was to close out that chapter of the MCU. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I said, so that was the 21st film of the MCU. So I mean, it was a huge payoff at the end.
Like I said, Endgame was a payoff.
Yeah, it was a payoff. The Rise of Skywalker, it was just like okay,
service.
yeah, it was just I got you.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. For
Yeah,
sure.
Maybe I'm a little bit behind on news, but like, isn't Venom 2 still slated to come out at the end of this year?
That I don't know.
Yeah, because I could, dude.
I know Morbius got delayed, but like they didn't say shit about Venom 2, and like that's one I'm really worried about because I'm really excited to see Venom 2. I think it's gonna be way better than the first one, just based on like their kind of like tight knit relationship with Marvel and what they're able to do with the Spider-Man character and like how cool actually Woody Harrelson looks.
Dude, are you serious? Wait. You're saying he looks sick?
I think he looks awesome.
Oh God,
fucking,
dude!
Like, little fucking JoJo like hairdo.
Dude, his hairdo is horrifying. Oh my God, it's horrible. I think it's
you
worse.
Like that afro better?
Dude, I would. At this point, I think I'd rather have the afro than what he has now.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
God,
I
dude.
definitely don't prefer his look at the end of Venom. But, I mean, we'll see.
They're both bad. Obviously,
we got to see how he plays it off.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. I mean, I'm hyped
to see how he looks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I think the movie's going to be watchable regardless.
I really enjoyed Venom. I did.
Oh man, yeah, that's
like,
a tough one.
All the fun stuff about Venom was cool, but like movie wise, there wasn't a lot of attention. There wasn't a lot of care when it came to making that movie. Like there's like too many times where I'm like, so you're telling me that this guy is so timid, he won't go across the hallway to like tell his neighbor to like turn his music down, but at the same time, like he's willing to risk his fucking job and his fiance for some dumb fucking story. Like that's not the same character.
Right.
Like you're telling me that this guy's gonna crack into confidential files, not even thinking about how it's gonna affect his girlfriend's career, and he'll fucking accuse this billionaire of like, murder and conspiracy and all this wild shit. Like all the Venom shit about it was dope, but like I said, as a movie, like there's too many times where I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, it felt to me just like my biggest gripe about what Sony's doing is like just based on the trailer from Morbius and from what I've seen from Venom, it just feels like the Amazing Spider-Man 0.5.
Yeah,
I meant
for
like
sure.
Who directed those movies?
Mark Webb.
It just felt like the Mark Webb universe still. Even though it's connected
for real.
I guess Tom Holland. It's just like Sony's just all over the place, and that's how they've always been.
Right.
And it just kind of felt too Sony to me, and I'm kind of disappointed in them because like this is like their time to prove that they can do shit on their own, but still kind of be connected with Disney and Marvel and the MCU. Yeah. I hope that fucking happens, man. Shit, like I hope we get to see Tom Holland and Tom Hardy like interact. I want to see that shit.
It's the only thing that's gonna get me to give a shit about those movies.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And Morbius looks. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to think about it. Like it just looks like it could be any fucking trailer. For any fucking movie.
Yep.
I know a lot of people were like worried about the age gap between Tom Hardy and Tom Holland, but like think about like when you were watching like the Harry Potter movies, like they were coming out like every 2 years. Like that boy's growing like a weed, like he's gonna like get older through these movies. You're gonna like see it like really like visually. And
I mean,
they can even like.
I'm definitely not fucking worried about the age gap between Peter Parker and
not
Eddie
at all.
Brock.
Eddie Brock.
Like I could care fucking less.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because when you think about Spider-Man, and I was actually saying this earlier, when you think about Spider-Man, even though that the version that you're thinking about is probably like at least 33 to 45 years old, you still like accept the fact that he's just a kid down on his luck. You know, like in the animated series, like, you know, that dude was like in his 30s,
Jesus
easy,
Christ,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just getting dumped on, like,
and that's
just every day.
And it's funny because like when they did Homecoming or Civil War, whenever they introduced the new Aunt May.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they introduced the new Aunt May, a lot of people were like, she's too young. Like, she's too young. And I'm just like, you're just thinking about the Aunt May from the animated series.
Right.
That was like 60.
Exactly.
But she was only 60 because fucking Peter Parker was like
40.
40.
Yeah,
you're 30, 40 years old.
Of course he's going to have an old
You know, so
accent.
if that's the case, then if he's 15, then, you know, obviously
that makes
she's
sense.
gonna be
Yeah,
like,
it makes sense.
Way
If
younger.
you're 15 years old, how old do you think your aunt's going to be?
I would say late 30s. Yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I mean, if she's 45 in that, you know, and Peter Parker's 15, you add 15 years to his age, you know, that adds up on fucking Aunt May's behalf for sure.
It adds up on her big ass. I'd fight both of her butt cheeks.
I'll fight both Aunt May's. Homecoming Aunt May and animated series Aunt May.
Oh,
so,
shit, you're coming for both.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking out for all of them.
Jesus Christ.
Into the fucking Aunt May verse.
Yeah, dude.
So the real question, Nick, is what movie do you think is better, Spider-Man 3 or The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Amazing Spider-Man 2, hands down.
Really? That's a hot take.
Yeah,
hands down.
That's a hot take if I've ever heard one.
You love those fucking Amazing Spider-Man.
Damn, that's wild. You're blowing my fucking mind right now. I feel like I don't even know you anymore. I really, honest to God, I really thought you would have said Spider-Man 3.
Dude, tell the people how much you fucking love Mark Webb in the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
You know what? I didn't hate those two movies.
Ugh, dude, you fucking love them.
I always think about going back and rewatch them, and then I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
The first one's sick. I thought the first one was cool, but it's just like there's like so many like cringy moments where they were just trying to convince the audience that Andrew Garfield isn't attractive. You know, that he's not like just the prettiest boy in school.
No, dude, like Peter Parker's a fucking nerd, man.
Yeah, dude, he's
supposed to be a bookworm.
He's kick flipping skateboards. He's dipping girls.
No one likes me at school.
Right.
No, even if he like was just that's not even like the worst part of those movies.
Right.
Like I said, like, you know, the one thing I don't like I can only suspend my disbelief so far when it comes to movies, and that's a big one. Like, you know, it sucks you out. So you're telling me that his fucking dad built a secret lab in the subway system of New York that had Wi-Fi back in the 70s? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, how did he even make all this happen? And he hid the tokens in his fucking briefcase for his. Like, it's wild, dude. It's fucking.
Wild.
They just did a bunch of Adderall. They started writing. They didn't stop.
Oh my god! Yeah, the biggest mistake they made was the parent storyline. Like,
yeah, nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares about that, right?
At all.
No. We
Not
don't give a fuck.
I thought the two suits that were in the movie.
The second one was awesome. So good.
I loved the first suit. I loved it.
I hated
it. It made sense for that universe. It was cool looking. It looked slick. I like the in the first movie where like it's like first person and he's like going through first person, like sees himself in the reflection of the glass. That shit's so cool.
That was tight. Yeah, the web swing in that movie was really good.
That shit, like, the web swinging in both those movies
were really good.
I thought the fight with the Green Goblin in the second movie was really cool. I guess there was like the whatever Goblin. I don't know if you can call him the Green Goblin. Like, I wasn't, you know.
Exactly.
But,
exactly.
You know, he looked cool.
There were cool parts about it.
Yeah, it looked. What? Go ahead.
I would definitely watch that over Spider-Man 3, even though I'll still watch that shit. I like all the movies. Spider-Man's my shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll watch them.
I don't know. The only reason why I really would go back and watch the first one is just because the guy who plays Lizard, what's his fucking name? Jesus Christ. Doc Connors, is the guy who plays him is the guy who plays Little Nicky's brother in Little Nicky. Which is so fucking sick, dude. I remember watching that for the first time.
I thought they did the Lizard really well in the first one. I thought they did with like Kirk Connors like awesome. I thought it was sick.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It wasn't bad.
That's the best way you can do the lizard. I
the
think,
design
right
for
now.
lizard was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
booty.
you know, and everyone who bitches about like, oh well, you know, it's such a dumb fucking plot. He just wanted to turn everyone else into lizards, and it's like that sounds like a lizard thing to do.
That sounds
like the
like
lizard in the comics
if
would
I
be
was
like,
a lizard,
I'm
yeah.
turning all these motherfuckers
Right.
into lizards.
If I'm gonna be a lizard, you are gonna be a fucking
and
lizard.
you're gonna
too.
fucking love
You're
it.
gonna
Just
deal.
you wait.
You're gonna deal with this.
Just you wait. It's gonna be real fucking sick.
Yeah, that's pretty. That seems like.
But
something
he
a lizard
did
man
fucking
would do.
look like dog shit though.
Dude, it was such a bad design.
He had that killer croc
lizard?
face. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful, dude. So bad.
I thought he looked sweet, and he like for like a split second, like he has the white coat on, he like rips it off.
He should have kept his fucking clothes on. Like, we don't need to see whether or not you have a dick. Like, you know, that should. It's like, okay, like you got lizard skin, you got a tail. Do you have a fucking dick? I guess not. But we don't need to see that.
Right.
Just wear your fucking pants, wear your lab coat.
At least the
and
pants.
like I said, the lab coat's pretty crucial too.
I mean, you have to have the lab
There's
coat.
definitely
but, I mean,
better ways they
Jesus.
could have designed. I mean, he definitely looked like a fucking
It's just a lizard
just
man.
a big old fucking Goomba.
Lizard guy.
Do you
Right.
think
He
that-
looked like one of the fucking Goombas from the Super
Jesus
Mario
Christ.
Brothers.
Are you,
Oh my
you're really
God,
going there right
The
now.
Super
Dude.
Mario
Holy
fucking
shit.
movie.
Wow, that's
Or Mario Bros.
crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You just dropped that on us right
Dude,
now.
that's what the fuck he looked like.
That's wild because it really does. That's
yeah,
that's
dude,
insane.
those movies are rough.
Yeah, they are.
But it's whatever. I mean,
I
like
mean,
I
do you
said,
think we'll ever see that character again? Like whether it's the MCU or Sony?
I
know,
don't.
like, do you think we'll ever see
the
Dr.
lizard.
Kirk Connors at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
oh,
Dr.
just Kirk Connors.
See,
Yeah, for sure.
And here's the
Definitely.
thing: is like Spider-Man. I don't care what people fucking say. The reason that Carnage and Venom are so fucking tight is because Spider-Man villains are dog shit. They really are. The Shocker
I love
is,
'em.
dude. The Shocker is dog shit. The Rhino is dog shit. The Electro's dog shit. Like the Goblins are like the second best villains, and like
Yeah.
they're fucking goblins. Like how fucking
Yeah, but
ridiculous is that?
Yeah, but
like
I think
the
that
villain, the superhero is Spider-Man, and his fucking arch nemesis is a fucking goblin guy. Like,
Right, but you have to think of the timeline of when these characters were created.
Yeah, no,
they're
dude.
fun little like comic
Yeah,
book
but I'm
villains.
saying like all of his villains are just they're just shit. They're shit on villains. Like the Fantastic Four is lame as fuck, but like they have
some
Doctor
sick-ass-
Doom.
yeah,
and like
dude.
Doctor Doom is like everyone's
They
fucking
have
problem.
Annihilus and all that.
No one's fucking worried about the Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
like you know what I mean. Like
Right.
Doctor Doom. Everyone's worried about. Everyone's got to worry about.
No,
Dr.
I
Doom.
feel you. I definitely feel you. But
I mean-
Spider-Man is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's
Yeah.
not a fucking, what I mean. He is a triple A
Yeah.
fucking character, but he's not,
Yeah, his villains are dog shit, dude.
I get you. Whatever.
Like they're cool.
right.
To an extent, like you can do fun things. They're fun, but that's the thing is that like they're just, they're nothing to really.
You're not going to give
they're not-
Spider-Man
they're nothing,
his
they're nothing to sneeze at, but they're nothing to worry about.
right, but you're not going to give Spider-Man his main, arch nemesis, Doctor Doom.
What I'm saying, no one is worried about the Green Goblin.
Right, exactly.
But Spider.
But Spider-Man,
I'm kind of
exactly.
worried about the third Spider-Man movie, that the Tom Holland third movie. No one wants to see Craven as the fucking villain of the third movie.
I don't really either.
Like,
I don't either.
Craven's about the only one that I would even care to see at this point. I mean, who else? Are you
I
gonna-
definitely feel you on that because it seems like that for the third movie they always save these like huge villains and they end up just getting super jumbled up and it just sucks and it's just like they try to make an epic out of something that doesn't need to be.
It's just Craven has a fucking stone cold motive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when they try to like write in reasons for these supervillains to like have a grudge against Spider-Man, it's so fucking corny.
Yeah.
Like I said, this dude just wants to hunt Spider-Man because he sees himself as the fucking apex,
the hunter,
and he
yeah.
wants to fucking get this.
it's a
this
trophy. It's
crazy-
his
Well,
head. Yeah. Head for his wall.
Spider-Man's the fucking ultimate prey.
Right.
He's
Yep.
super enhanced.
We
not
all
only-
liked Far From Home, right? Can we all agree on that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
like. I mean, it's
At
fun as
first,
fuck.
at first,
Instead
I
of
wasn't really like
Mysterio
super.
In Far From Home, they would have taken a trip to the jungle or some shit, and then Craven was in that because it would have made more sense to be Far From Home and just been in the fucking jungle or some shit.
Yeah,
It
and
just
Right,
seems weird
right.
to me to make the third movie another traveling movie. Or
Well,
like
that's what
Craven
I-
in
Yeah, because you
I
want to see
hear that
Spider-Man in New York.
I did hear that the next Spider-Man movie is going to be, out somewhere again.
Really.
At least for some of the movie, because they've been doing a lot. Like I said, multiple locations for each movie. And you know what's cool about Far From Home? The best thing about it, and somewhat in Homecoming, and this is one thing that they don't really explain a lot. They don't really dive into this as much as I would like. But Spider-Man has the proportionate strength of a spider. He can stick to walls like a spider. He doesn't produce his own web, but this motherfucker can sure as fuck spin a web. It's demonstrated like on Front Street in Far From Home, where he's like zipping in and out of towers during that scene where quote unquote Hydro Man's just fucking shit up, and he's like catching buildings.
He's like instinctively making web patterns.
Yeah. Like they never go into like that's also an ability that he gained. Like this innate ability to just spin fucking crazy designs and build these webs that he just knows. Like he knows how to do it. He does some fucking web spinning in Far From Home, and it's sick.
I think the web swinging in the newer movies are really, really good too.
So good.
Really good.
If you guys had to make whatever it's going to be, something from Home, Home on the Range, whatever the third movie's going to be called, like who would you want to see as like the villain? Where would you like to see it based at?
I wouldn't mind Kraven. Obviously, I wouldn't mind Venom.
I know it's already been done. But for me, definitely, I have to see the MCU Norman Osborn. I have to.
See, I was gonna say, I was actually surprised you didn't say this. I was gonna say Otto Octavius.
I mean, for sure that too, definitely. But I don't know, man. There's something in me that just I have to see Norman Osborn in the MCU.
I mean, we could almost guarantee that there's gonna be more than one villain, because there's always more than one villain.
Because we could possibly see like Dark Avengers, if we get Norman Osborn.
Yeah, exactly.
And we already have Matt Gargan, so if we get like.
I think for sure. You know what? Also, Scorpion for sure. That would be a really good third movie villain.
Yeah, I kind of just forgot for a second that he is in the MCU already. We haven't seen him at all.
Right.
So hopefully, like maybe we get Kraven and Scorpion.
That would be crazy.
You know what would be sick? Do you remember the Spider Slayer robots from the animated series?
Yep.
Like the ones that stacked on top of each other?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like, we really haven't seen...
Alistair Smythe?
Yeah,
yes,
we really haven't seen some fucking Smythe, Spider Slayer shit.
Dude, that would be crazy.
Smythe, yeah.
And that's something, I feel like that would be a very perfect, like, MCU trope.
Because, like, we all know Smythe, like, later on, like, to where he becomes a Spider Slayer. And he, like, fuses his DNA with, like, crazy scare.
Who played Alistair Smythe in The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Fucking BJ Novak.
Oh my God! Holy shit! I forgot about that. That's crazy.
Bring him back.
Oh my God!
But
wow.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Oh shit! I was gonna say I just remembered one of the biggest losses that we had from those two movies is the fact that we never got to see Felicia Hardy.
Yep.
Felicia Hardy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro.
And because we had the perfect actress for it too.
It would be cool to see, like, in the next movie, Spider-Man have to fight like the Spider Slayer robots, and then at the end, like, have to fight like a souped-up Alistair Smythe.
Right.
Like, that would be tight.
That would be
That'd be
super
sick.
cool.
But I guess you got to think about the fact that everyone knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So I guess it's probably leading to the fact that, like, we're gonna hire this fucking dude.
Yeah, what do you think of
Kraven to go hunt? It's gonna happen.
It's kind of funny because in the Ultimate Universe comics for Spider-Man, like, dude, everyone found out he was Spider-Man, like, left and fucking right, dude. Like every issue that came out, like, someone new was finding out that he was Peter Parker.
Not only can you put anyone in a Spider-Man costume, but we have shapeshifters that could easily take the form of Peter Parker while Spider-Man swings by.
Right.
The thing about Daredevil possibly making an appearance in this, or at least what people say, it would be nice, but I doubt that. A lot of people are saying that Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil in the next one as his lawyer.
Well, because the fact that it got delayed, like, it's like after the point to where the Netflix characters can come back. So it's possible that, like, when they resume filming or when they start filming or whatever, that that Disney is free to do whatever the fuck they want with those characters, so they can include Charlie Cox.
And
as,
it would be
Matt
sick.
Murdock.
He was definitely the best one in that entire installment.
For sure.
It would be cool to, like, also, just like I said, see someone else, like, be Spider-Man. I mean, because there's been times where we've seen Iron Fist as Daredevil just to try to clear Matt Murdock's name.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, what if, like, Daredevil's not only in it? Not only do you have Matt Murdock defending Peter Parker, like, in court, but you also have him dressed up as Spider-Man flipping through the city.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, there's who knows, man. Like I said, the stuff that there is to talk about is so far into the future that who even fucking knows a little bit.
I mean, it's just like I said, I just miss being excited about this shit. Like there's everything's on. It's just pretty much just on pause right now, and that's where we're at. So it sucks.
Right.
It's kind of like ESPN, like talking about sports right now, and there's no sports. Like,
Yeah,
what's
there's
the
like
point?
nothing. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, Nick, it was fun having you on the show.
Dude, that was really fun.
Like,
that was a good time.
we've got a lot of good shit. Like, don't you even worry about it.
Right.
Like, this is gonna
You
be a
guys,
good one.
you guys topped my cherry, so I'll have more shit to talk about next
Yeah,
time.
man.
Oh yeah, you'll
No.
definitely be coming back for sure.
Yeah, we know where to find you.
I'll have a lot more tattoos and stuff.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
We'll have you on the whole fucking episode, man. Don't you even fucking worry.
Oh, that's definitely gonna happen.
But not until you like,
Oh, yeah.
subscribe, and give us a 5-star review on iTunes.
And
because,
Yelp.
Cool.
Yeah, let
Oh,
us know. Like, hit up our website. So yeah, man,
Fuck,
it was sick having you on, dude.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for coming on the episode.
It was the greatest time of my life.
Hell
I'm never
yeah.
gonna forget you guys.
Dude, you love podcasts.
You love it now.
I do.
You have to be in it now.
Yeah,
how
for
many
sure,
podcasts
for
do you
sure.
listen to? Do you even listen to do you fuck with podcasts, Nick?
I mean, I can give a shout out to them. I listen to my brother and me pretty much every day. Those are my boys from Huntington.
Nice.
They're crazy. McElroy brothers. They actually ended up doing I forget what comic for Marvel Comics recently. I forget what it's called, but I think it was like Young Avengers possibly. But yeah, those guys are insane. I listen to a bunch of other random shit, but I listen to the Hype and Cowl. You know.
Nice.
Oh shit, dude,
Pretty
that's
cool.
a good one.
Damn, that is a really good one. It's funny because
Pretty
now that I'm doing this with Ryan, I've been listening to a lot more podcasts because I really didn't listen to podcasts beforehand, but I've been like digging real deep lately, so it's been cool.
Yeah, a lot
Whenever
of
I'm like cooking or like taking a shit,
Dude, it's
that's pretty much
perfect.
it. That's-
Dude,
that's
my
my-
drives to work in the morning, because I'm leaving at like
Yeah.
5 in the morning, dude. It's so nice to just listen to people talk. Like it's
Dude.
it's such a nice
for
feeling.
sure.
yeah, a lot of people say they miss Jeremiah. They prefer Jeremiah's, but
Jesus
it's-
Christ.
Hey man, I don't. That's just what people
Wow,
say.
man, people are hating
It's
on
what
me.
our reviews say. Bring back
Damn.
Jeremiah.
Damn, show me those reviews.
Yeah, dude,
Show me those
they're
reviews
out
right
there.
now.
They're on reviews.com.
Oh shit, dude.
Check it out.
Damn, that's crazy.
If we can figure out a way to do.
Oh, motherfucker, I just hung up on him.
Oh, peace.
I'll call him real quick. We'll finish it up.
No, I think we should just do it like that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally hung up
Oh.
on you.
Sick.
My bad. But yeah, I just figured I'd call you back so we could, cap off the podcast and everything.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. We all had a really good time.
That was really fun, man, for
You know,
sure.
We had so
It
much
was
fun.
Such a good episode.
So next time, we'll be ready.
We'll be even more ready.
Yeah,
I'll, We didn't even talk about
Hands
Akira.
off.
No, we didn't. That was definitely planned. So maybe on your next episode we can dive deep into some anime and shit like that.
Yeah, real deep.
Yeah. Mary has still never seen Akira, so I was gonna end up rewatching that in the next couple of days anyway. So
Nice,
get a little
nice.
fresh watch. Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely bring that up on the next episode. We got you on.
I want to
Yeah.
talk about Dune next time for sure.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
for sure.
Dune looks fucking crazy.
Those
and I don't know
pictures.
shit
are-
about it.
I
at
don't
all.
either, but it looks sick as fuck now.
It looks fucking nuts, dude.
For
fucking
sure.
Zendaya's in it. Zendaya's in
Yeah, I saw
whatever,
that.
However you pronounce it. So I'm pretty hyped, but yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir. Thank
But-
you. Thank you.
Yeah, man,
sir.
we'll see you at home.
About to go eat some den and drink some wine. Chill.
Oh, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
We love whining and dining and chilling.
Smoke a couple cigarettes,
Dude,
Maybe.
I'd love a cigarette.
if I'm lucky.
All right,
Well,
man.
I fucking love you guys. I'll
Yeah, dude,
fucking
we love
talk to
you.
Yeah, we love you, man. But
Much
like I said,
love,
once
one
again,
love.
thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude,
Shit. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, homie. We'll talk to you later.
all right, man. Feel it.
All right, later.
All right, bye.
Yeah.
Damn, another one in the fucking books.